Sounds live.
Live from New York, from the biggest show in legal tech on the last day, probably 3 hours before I have no voice. This is your friendly neighborhood TECHNOCAT, and we are here for TECHNOCAT Live. I'm here with Vasu and David Gaskey of Ultimatum, and doesn't it feel good to be here IRL together at this show?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like the energy feels like it's back. It feels like everyone's really excited about AI and automation, and isn't that kind of your sweet spot? You're doing some pretty crazy, awesome stuff, right?
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it, actually. Mm-hmm.
Fun. I think I need to hear more. Tell me a little bit about Ultimatum, because I heard about it through my wonderful, wonderful friend, Maribel Rivera, and she said, you've got to talk to these guys. They're going to get your gears going. And so I need to know all about who you guys are, what your story is, what brought you here to the show this year.
Right. Well, let's go to where we started. How about that?
Okay, perfect.
So I'm an intellectual property attorney by profession.
Awesome.
And Vasu was a client of mine.
Interesting.
Came to me with a copyright infringement case.
So he had a pain point that was like, please make the hurt stop.
Yes.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. And during his case, we were up against a very large company. And so we had that very large amount of data to deal with.
So a David versus Goliath scenario. I love that. Well, I hate it, but I love it when you find a solution for it.
Right. So during his case, he saw all the difficulty of getting to the evidence that really matters. How do I find that smoking gun?
Absolutely. And fast. Because time is the most limited resource for all of us these days.
I couldn't even find my own documents. Right?
True.
So because you have thousands of documents, you may think that, well, it's my documents. I should know what's in them, right?
Anyone who's searched through their own Gmail knows that they absolutely can't find those documents fast.
Right. And in my case, the evidence was staring at me every day, but I couldn't connect the dots. So when we started this journey, we wanted to find a way that it's not just for the attorney, but for the client to be able to interact with the data that's quick, fast, and help them connect the dots.
That's so important, because you can't start your case strategy. You can't do fact-driven, case decisions without the facts to drive the decision.
Right.
So you had this trouble, you had this challenge, you had this client that's like, oh my gosh, this is, making me want to tear my hair out. So what did you do?
Well, we had to wait till his case was done. And then we decided, let's put our heads together and we can do something different. And so we launched Ultimatum.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you're solving this chaos of data headache. How do I find my data problem?
Right.
What's the secret sauce, if you can share a little of the secret sauce?
Well, I can share the theory behind the secret sauce, but I can't quite let the secret sauce out yet. So the theory behind it is...
At least not on camera. Maybe I'll bug you later.
Yeah, if you mute my mic,
I'll
whisper it in your ear.
There's not 25,000 people watching, I promise.
Okay. So we wanted to help people get the best result, get to win your case. The way you win is by telling the best story.
Absolutely. I mean, that goes back to what LeVar Burton was saying.
Absolutely.
It's not power, it's not politics, it's the art of connecting and telling a story. And you need that who, what, when, where, why of the story. Right,
exactly. I mean, life occurs in story form. You have a life story, I do. A case has a story, and juries and judges relate to that.
Oh, I love that.
So we base the whole platform on that premise, and it really is all oriented around the story.
That's incredibly compelling, because so many times maybe you do connect the dots, maybe you do have the facts, but if you're trying to present it in spreadsheet form, or you're trying to present it in a non-intuitive way, you could have the smoking gun and it still not resonate with the jury or with the regulator.
Right.
So that's powerful.
And also, as much as Google is fantastic, it's changed our lives, it has spoiled us in searching things in keywords.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't talk in keywords.
Right.
Humans don't do that.
No.
So how do you express? We express in story.
Sentiment and story. Oh, I love all that.
We wanted to do that with a machine. Tell your story. So it covers the full context of what you are trying to express, and let it find the documents or connect the dots for you.
I was on a panel and someone said, You know, it used to be content was king, but now in discovery, context is king.
Absolutely.
Understanding the bigger universe. So it's not just words and phrases. It's not just keywords. It's the story that this fact pattern falls into and being able to present it. That's powerful. So if someone was to be like, all right, I have Vasu's problem of I can't find the data, and if I can find it, I can't figure out how to present. How do they get in contact with you guys? What's your website?
Oh, it's very easy. It's ultimatum.com.
Okay. I like
It's
that.
not ULTI. It's ALTUM,
Okay.
ATIM.
All right. I like it.
And
.com.
there's even a story behind the name.
I need to hear it. You
So-
had me at storytelling. You guys are both nervous, and you are both great storytellers. I'm gonna keep you on longer. Watch out.
We'll do it. We'll do it. So we were looking at, the different types of AI that we could use, and we were looking at deep learning.
Of course, yeah.
So we wanted a name that reflected deep learning somehow.
Interesting. Okay.
So ultum in ancient Latin means deep,
I love that.
and matim in Sanskrit means mind or intelligence.
That is so
So we
cool.
put them together, and you have ultimatum.
So I'm the mind, and he's the deep guy.
The Latin and the Sanskrit.
I plead the fifth. I will not say either. No, I love that. Well, you guys are such great storytellers. And, I think there's one more story I wanted to know a little bit more
Yeah.
about because you might know I'm a little bit of a dork. And so I ended up having the chance to take a selfie on a time machine in your booth.
Mhm.
And then I also watched a video of that time machine flying around this hotel yesterday morning before the keynote. How did you come up with that idea? It's so cool. I need to know this because you have fulfilled my inner dream to take a Legalweek selfie on a DeLorean.
On a
I-
hoverboard, no less.
Well, seriously, like I'm feeling too cool for school and I blame you.
Great. There's a story behind
I
that
know.
too, of course. So when we developed our platform, we decided to break story down into some key elements.
Okay,
Every story has a plot.
they do.
Attorneys love to work from chronologies or timelines.
They do.
Every story has at least one theme.
Yes,
And
100%.
sometimes in court, you need to tell your story thematically.
Interesting. Okay,
Every story has characters.
they do.
And
Sometimes they wear sparkles.
They do. And sometimes you really want to get into the evidence from that perspective.
Interesting. Okay.
So we had these three aspects of our platform, and I thought if we could get those to work together, we would really hone in on what matters to this
Feeling a
story.
little flux capacitor. I'm liking it.
You're going exactly there. So we had them up on the whiteboard, and we're looking at them, and we're thinking about connecting them in the
That's
middle,
so
and
cool.
the light went on, and we said, they're the three branches of the flux
I love
capacitor.
that. I love that.
And ever since then, we've wanted to build a time machine, and that's what we did.
Well, on a funny note, I was at Legal Week in the before times, before COVID, and it was possibly 2 a.m. and I was walking with Maribel, and I stumbled upon a DeLorean with the door open in Times Square. And so one of my favorite pictures of all time is with Maribel in a DeLorean at Legal Week. And so I feel like you brought it full circle,
Yeah.
kind of in keeping with the show coming full circle and coming back to life.
Yeah.
So I have to thank you. As storytellers, you have made my heart feel good.
Thank you.
So it's an exciting time to be here, and I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, I warned you. These are a sprint and not a marathon. They go very, very quickly. So we are at the 1 yard line, which
Okay.
means it might be time for my favorite question. If someone is meeting David or Vasu or Ultimatum for the first time, what do you want our wonderful audience to know? What is the one key takeaway, the kernel of wisdom, either deep or wise, either way? What is the mic drop moment that you want to have?
From Legal Week, our experience here at Legal Week,
From your company, who you are, from Legal
Yeah,
Week, any of the
sure.
above.
I could answer that two ways.
Well, I mean, you only get 2 spots. You're going to have to steal it from him. You have to battle.
All right, I'll take that. I got this. So, okay, I would call this not one mic drop moment, but a lot of mini mic drop moments.
I love that. So you've heard it here first. The one person to break the rule of the mic drop moment, and I am here for it, and I love it.
Okay. Every time I saw somebody's eyes brighten and their smile get bigger when they saw that time machine, I was so happy that I was able to contribute to them enjoying Legal Week.
I could feel the joy around the booth. I could feel the joy of the people taking the pictures. I could feel the joy in the auditorium as the video came on, like the gasps and the laughs. Like you guys, as storytellers, connecting it to that story that's from our childhood, gave people so much joy. All right, and now rule breaker.
Okay.
What is the other mic?
The other one is we were giving a demo of our product, and we were using the Enron data set, of course.
I'm shocked. Did you
and-
find Raptor?
No, we were on some better stuff. Anyway, it was an attorney who actually worked on the case.
Oh wow.
And so when he saw what you could do with Ultimatum, he said, "You melted my brain."
Ooh.
And he said,
Best
"I'm glad
description
you."
ever.
And he said, "And I'm glad you weren't doing a Raiders of the Lost Ark thing, because it would have been more than just his brain."
Oh, that's epic. That is absolutely epic. Well, for my audience at home or at LinkedIn, whatever it may be, if you look in the description, Vasu and David's name is hyperlinked. Click on it, follow these guys, because I am certain as storytellers, they occasionally tell a good story on social media.
We will.
Check out Ultimatum. And honestly, I don't think I can top brain melting awesomeness for a mic drop moment. That might be my favorite one. So live from New York, this has been your friendly neighborhood TECHNOCAT at Legalweek with David and Vasu of Ultimatum. They're doing pretty awesome stuff. You should check it out because we all need our brain melted a little bit. And the mic is dropped. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.